You there. I'm begging you. There was a shipwreck. The others need help.
Sergeant Bruiser. Okay, what's happened?
Our ship was attacked by coral, I think. It just grew out of the waves, and I don't know what happened to the other sentry, Veslin, or the sea elf prisoners we were transporting. I woke up alone on the beach.
What do you mean to do?
The sailors and other jailers call that place the Coral Cliffs. I won't survive the trip inside, but you're an adventurer. You're my only hope of getting the survivors out. Another House Menard ship expects us. Our prisoner exchange is overdue.
How do you know Veslin is with the other prisoners?
I counted the footprints. Enough for each of the prisoners and Veslin. She's with them, mark my words. I just hope they're all right. Get Veslin and those ne'er-do-wells out of the Coral Cliffs. House Menard will see that you're compensated.
All right, I'll see what I can do about getting Veslin and the prisoners.
The Coral Cliffs aren't an area anyone wants to be lost in. Strange noises thereabouts. Makes me shudder. You find my fellow sentry and those prisoners of ours. Get them out of there safely. I need to rest my hurts before we move on from here.
You need to rest your hurts? That's the first time I've heard that. All right. Where are you taking the prisoners?
North. House Menard has a larger ship waiting for them. We were tasked with taking the prisoners to the ship from Aminos Station. Their captain gave Gold and her word that she wouldn't attack Menard's ship in return for her crew's safe return.
How about the shipwreck? You're attacked by the coral?
It sprouted from the waves like some curse from nature. Dozens of faces lost beneath the waves, prisoner and sentry alike. The lieutenant said the sea elves might act up, captain's bargain or no, but I have never seen one of them magic coral.
So is transporting sea elves particularly dangerous?
This lot seemed congenial enough for pirates. Their captain paid well for their safe return, but taking a sea elf away from land? No, I can't believe they did this. Powerful sea elves make weather trouble. Not what we got. Not the coral.
So the prisoner's captain paid for their release?
Piracy may be the work of scum, but it pays well. This lot was lucky to be caught. Most pirates go down with their ship. I suppose House Dufort felt charitable when their patrol ship captured this bunch.
How many prisoners are you transporting?
Our ship held 15 and 10 sentries to keep watch over them. I only saw 6 prisoners and Veslin flee the ship before it was too late. I was
7 total.
to make it off before it went under.
Did any of the prisoners stick out or act suspicious?
No, not as such. Though there's one who's friendly with all the others. Kyrysnia. She got along with everyone and even thanked me a few times for their upkeep. Didn't think anything of the chatter before.
And who's House Morand?
One of the Breton noble houses. They govern Aminos Station and the prison stockade. The whole island is technically under their jurisdiction, but no one cares about the jungle. Well, except for the mines.
So there's a prison stockades in Aminos?
Technically, other than the town, the entire island is a prison. They do something to the worst of the prisoners. Call it processing. Once done, they set them loose in the jungle and let them fend for themselves. If they leave the jungle, they die.
What's your job?
I'm a sentry on a prison transport. I like to work all right. Sure, some prisoners give you trouble, but they quiet down after a few hits. Nothing bad ever happened prior to the shipwreck.
That's not good.
Something sinister here. I know it.
That's not good. Bunch of hack wings here.
Stay back. You're not one of those slimy druids. Who are you?
Hey, easy.
I've got to get out of here. Why didn't I just drown in that shipwreck? They turned them into coral. Soon Sunagil. Those Elder-Tide bastards turned him into this glow. Then they fed the glow to the coral.
Elder-Tide bastards? What's going on?
They said that the archipelago belongs to nature. That they were carving a balance between the natural world and greedy mortals. They brought us through the caves and up to the platforms above. Then they shoved us into cages.
Did the druids use magic or did they use the magic on Veslin too?
Veslin? She was whole when I escaped. I offered to help her, but she wouldn't leave the others and I had to run. I had to. I can't do anything. Not against the Elder-Tide druids' power. But you can destroy their coral.
Why do I want to destroy the coral?
The Elder-Tide sacrificed my shipmates to it. Those
Oh.
druids need to suffer. The coral is inside the caves, just down that hill. Make them pay.
All right.
I'll give up piracy if you do as I ask. Smash the coral, free the others, please.
Wait, okay. We'll do it, but we've got a few questions first.
Right now. But,
Mm-hmm.
all right. If knowing more about them will help you save the others, I guess I can stay in this place for a bit longer.
How can I find the coral?
They changed the coral into something unnatural. It stinks of druid magic and blood. It'll look different too, if there's light enough to see. I'm not going to let them turn me into that.
Do you remember where the coral is?
I passed by one a little while back. It should be down that way. The other corals are probably inside the caves. We could still hear our shipmates' screams from the cages we were locked in.
And who are the druids?
They're the ones who should be locked up in the Amino stockade. They're not even supposed to be here. They corrupt nature. Even their magic does horrible things. It hurts, too. The way Sunagil screamed.
Do you know why they chose coral?
Does there have to be a reason?
Well-
Elder-Tide druids can corrupt other sea creatures, too. Urchins, sea stars, fish, crabs, that sort of thing. Not the coral they corrupted here. It looks like the coral that wrecked the ship. They planned this.
All right, let's go deal with this.
Anyone still alive will be in the cages above. Destroy the coral. Make those druids pay.
All right.
What kind of trouble we getting into?
Coral. Coral. Mm-hmm. Bunch of hermit crabs. Damn it.
Time to bring the lightning! That was fun.
Is it high or low tide?
A shard? Hey, destroyed the coral. Oh, I see you. In here. Where we came from, right? Oh, we gotta go feed wrestling. Okay. Let's take this path this time. To the coral cliffs here. The elf. Another Dead Sea elf. So let's see. They said they had like 6 prisoners and 1 sentry. So we had 3 down there. Okay, that's all of them. There's 3 around that one coral. That one that was hiding in that room. 2 along the way here. We just gotta get the sentry.
No one can stop the Elder Tide.
I think we stopped him.
Over here, quickly. I don't know when they'll be back.
Oh, there is some extra sentries still alive here. Hey.
Thank the 8 you're not one of those druids. Hurry, get us out of here. The druids, they're using us to feed their coral. Screams. I don't want any more of us to suffer that pain. Please, please get this door open.
Yeah, Sergeant Borstrick sent me to get you and the prisoners.
Sergeant Brusick survived the wreck. The sea elves said he was as good as dead. They regretted leaving him there as soon as those druids locked us all up. The sergeant and I take care of our prisoners.
Well, I ran into one sea elf. He said the druids fed the prisoners to the coral, so...
That would be Kyrysnia. She offered to pick the lock on this cage, but I couldn't leave these 2. Seeing the druids when they killed Suni Gil and the others, it broke their spirits. Kyrysnia's many things, but she's not a liar.
So, you saw what they did?
It's my job to guard the prisoners. I failed so many of them already. I'll not fail these 2. If you open the door, I'm sure I'll be able to rally their spirits and get them out of here.
Alright, let's go.
Either pick yourselves off the ground or let me carry you. We're getting out of here. Sergeant Brusick's waiting.
Ooh. Reduced down to 3 prisoners and 2 sentries. No, 4 if we count the other one, if she's coming with everyone else. Oh no, 3 prisoners. Okay.
Ha! Hero! If you had any interest in the sea, I would take you on in a heartbeat. Veslin told me what happened. Is it true that a few of those druids were enough to cause our shipwreck? All those lives lost at sea. How much harm can they do? How many more ambushes do they have planned? Makes a person reconsider their work.
Veslin and the survived pirates are safe now, right?
Oh, it does my aches good to hear that. We'll let House Mornard know what happened here. Spare others some pain. Veslin says you convinced at least one of them to give up piracy. You hauled more than was asked of you. Take this, with my thanks.
Oh, thank you.
House Mornard will hear about what happened here. The good and bad both. Druids turning the living into coral fodder. A fight between mortal life and nature? There's something strange happening here. But it's beyond my comprehension.
Well, how will you get your prisoners out of here with a ship? Without a ship.
We're helping my prisoners. I got my bearings out here. We're not that far from Broke Rock Mine. I've made the run there a time or two in the past. We can make it there and get the assistance we need to make it back to Amino Station.
You're gonna be all right.
Like I said, it's not too far. I've recovered my strength. Veslin is none the worse for wear, and my prisoners will help us defend ourselves. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine.
What will House Moran do with you and Veslin then?
What happened here was out of our control. We'll make a report and get another ship to take the prisoners where they need to go. Mornard will see to the druids here. It might take some time, but the danger they pose won't be ignored.
So the CL's, how's the CL's captain going to react when they only get 3 of their sailors back?
She'll be angry. Of that you can be certain. But the prisoners will tell her what happened. I suspect Chirysnia will lead that charge.
What's House Moran going to do about the Eldershire Druids then?
Not sure. Usually, if we avoid them, the Eldertide Druids leave us alone. This was out of the ordinary. House Mornard will need to do something, but I don't know what. I'm just a sergeant, but I'll do what I can to put a stop to this.
Essen?
Chirysnia and the Sea Elves are as good as their word. After everything we went through, I believe that to my bones. Thank you for getting us out of there. I think I speak for all of us when I say we didn't want to die like that.
Mm-hmm. Chirysnia?
It's not in my nature to give up my own freedom, and I'm not. Piracy isn't the only life out here. Veslin and her captain won't see trouble from us, and we'll fight by their side. We swear it, on the constancy of the tides.
Melia? Melia?
Those druids better be pleased they met us on land. Once the captain takes us out to sea proper, any druid I spot is gonna feel the swell of my anger. Believe you me, no coral magic's getting in the way of my revenge.
Don't seem too intimidating when you're holding your chest like that.
I'm glad our captain is paying for our release. I want no more part of this island.